Okay, here we go with some information about assignment 2, which is your lesson plan creation. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to just send me the your ePortfolio link to Blackboard, and that will be how you hand in this particular assignment. So basically a little rationale. Why do I want you to do this? Because lesson planning is an exciting and vital part of the teaching profession. You will create a lot of lesson plans as a teacher. So it's imperative that you understand and practice all aspects of planning, such as creating realistic objectives, hooks, and closures, all the while considering the specifics of LA content. So it's not just a whole bunch of Pinterest things that you throw together. There's real purpose. Why are you doing this? And you have to know why you're doing it. You have to know how you're going to grab the kids' attention. And then you have to know how you're going to actually close it and check if the kids actually learned anything that you were trying to get them to learn. So that's why we're going to, over this whole program, your whole education program, really emphasize planning so that it just becomes second nature to you, that when you go to plan, you can plan on a napkin, but you're taking into account all of these aspects because they're just so a part of how you think about planning. So this assignment allows you the opportunity to start down this path of planning, implementing, and reflecting, all crucial components of great planning. So this is what you're going to do. You are going to actually create lesson plans. So letter A, coordinate with your partner teacher a suitable outcome or objectives to teach to your practicum students. You do not have to come up with these. Please do this in conjunction with your partner teacher so that it actually fits with what he or she, what they actually are doing in the classroom. So you do not have to come up with these on your own, even though you will know how to come up with them on your own. Then I want you to create 3 literacy focused lessons on the lesson plan template. So I'm actually just going to go to that lesson plan template right now, if I can find it here. Nope, that's not it. How about this one? Yes, here's the lesson plan template. This is listed under assignment 2. Basically, this is you're going to write what unit it's from. So if you're doing something like the theme is power, then that would be your unit. Put the lesson number. Is it the first lesson of the sequence? The date, the actual date, and then the number of minutes you have. Just so you know, the yellow highlights are my main focus for grading. So I'm going to what we're trying to do is over your years, focus on different aspects. So those are my yellow, and the yellow highlights are my main focus, but you do not have to fill in the dark gray areas this year. You will next year, but not this year. So here is the template. Outcomes, how will I know? And I'll explain all this, the hook, and then what you're going to actually do. This is the area you do not have to fill in this year. You do have to fill in the closure, and you don't have to do the analysis of it. Okay, so that is the lesson plan template. So that's the lesson plan template that I talk about here. Here, the lesson plan template. You will implement all of the 3 lesson plans in your practicum. If possible, create 3 sequential lessons. So try to get, if you can, go one builds off the other. That's what it means by sequential. Okay, so follow this timeline. So October 21st, you're going to teach lesson 1, 28th, you'll teach lesson 2, and November 4th, you're going to teach lesson 3. In class on the Thursday, November 5th, we'll have a little informal in-class debrief. So it's just going to be, what did you learn? What were the great things? What were the funny things? What were the things that you didn't kind of expect to happen that did happen? It's not graded. It's just a fun discussion, so you can hear your colleagues' experiences as well. Then I want you to, when you're out there, letter D, I want you to debrief each lesson with your practicum. Again, it doesn't have to be a big hour-long sit down with your teacher. Just, hey, what went well? What did you think I could improve on? What were the points that were really that were strong? Okay. When you're out there in the field, print a hard copy of each lesson for your partner teacher before you teach it, so he or she can actually have a look and see what you're doing. And then ask partner teacher for written feedback on each lesson, including strengths and weaknesses. Again, just something simple. You can even just take a picture of it, or maybe just record some notes, and if the teacher doesn't have time. And then link your 3rd and final lesson plan to the ePortfolio Teaching Literacy tab. So I want to actually see that 3rd and final lesson plan because that is part of your grade. The reflection part of this assignment is on your education ePortfolio, your one that you're using for your education, all your education courses. Create a tab titled Teaching Literacy. And Christy and Colleen all know, they know that this tab is going to appear. So you don't have to worry that this is a strange tab. On the ePortfolio, include artifacts illustrating what you learned about teaching literacy through your class and practicum experience. So this is where I just want you to start to bring in all the ideas that you are experiencing in this class. So you can be starting this right away in September, October. You can be starting to put websites, ideas, concepts, pictures, anything that you want on this ePortfolio link. Because ultimately in your career, when you go for an interview as a teacher, you will be asked, how will you teach literacy? We've heard from our superintendents that they will ask that question at an interview. So you need to be able to respond in an intelligent manner and in a manner that is reflective of taking this course and ultimately taking your third year pedagogy course in literacy. So I want you to put down ideas, resources, websites from EDTS 371 class and practicum. Please, as you go through, if you see a cool resource that I've given you either in your reading list or on a PowerPoint, copy it, put it in your ePortfolio, annotate it, and then you will just, you'll have this really great resource all in one spot. So when you go, oh, what was that? That was a really neat resource that had a whole bunch of children's literature in it. You have it all in one spot. Okay. Then I want pictures of you in the classroom. So take some selfies. Do not include pictures of children or any identifiers, but just you, just like snap it out. You at the board, you at a desk, you in the classroom. People like to see pictures on your ePortfolio. So start to accumulate those pictures. Try not to take them all on the same day because you have the same clothes on, obviously. It looks a little bit contrived. So take some pictures every time you visit of you doing something out on the playground, that kind of thing. Okay. And then as the final part of the reflection, write a personal prose on what you found most rewarding and challenging when teaching literacy. So this is from your practicum experience. Include partner teacher comments. So maybe your partner teacher was like, yeah, I really thought you did an amazing job of sequencing the lessons. Then that might be one of your rewards when you found that you go, oh, I can actually sequence lessons. And it's only 250 to 500 words. Don't go crazy. Just hit me with some thoughts about your practicum. Okay, here is the rubric. So I'm actually looking at your plan. So you actually just like gave me the plan. You get 5 marks for that. Appropriate outcomes. So you can see these are my key points I really want you to get at. The appropriate outcomes are listed from the program of studies. How you think students are going to achieve these. The lesson hook. How are you going to nab those kids? The body of the lesson involves the teaching and concepts. This year isn't super heavy on that because that's kind of the stuff that you do. And we want to make sure that you understand why you're doing things. We're good at doing as teachers. We need all the other stuff. Why are we doing it? And then a closure. How do you summarize the objective? So I'm actually going to look at that third lesson plan and grade how you've done on those particular aspects. Then the reflection portion is 40%. Again, you just have the tab. It's a tab there. I can find it. Artifacts are varied, show clear understanding of teaching literacy, and personal prose shows thoughtful and deep understanding of teaching literacy. Okay, that is assignment 2. Have fun with it.